Hello, everyone. Welcome to Greyhammer. We're going to be looking into this big, massive vivarium project. Um, I am a few years out from actually completing this project, and this diagram is a little outdated at this point. I would be covering my Tiamat rehome, but I don't have the plans drawn up for that, so figured I'd give a little bit of a look at what the terrarium would look like for this massive project that I'm going to be working on eventually. This will be a whole uh, project for when I get into another house, when I have room for it, because this is going to be a 8 foot long by 3 feet tall by 3 feet deep. So 3 feet tall, 3 feet deep. So it's a massive terrarium, paludarium, riparium style system. So this is my kind of first blueprint of it. It's pretty close to what I'm actually going to be doing, except that this land section has been expanded. I believe it now goes. This is all land, and then this is also land, because I no longer am keeping a turtle. We'll go over species in a little bit and kind of methods that I'm going to use to create it. So this is the stand here. It's a 4x4 post, 6 of those, with 2x4s screwed in with plywood on top of that to make shelves. So it will have 2 shelves, and then we have these bracing with 2x4s, and then just the plywood would be cut here and then screwed onto those braces. So a pretty simple stand setup, but I'd be able to keep hobby stuff, any insects that I would want to feed, whatever is in there. Probably won't need to do any feedings for this enclosure. Is the idea is that there'll be enough to where don't have to. But so this in pencil, what you see, that's all kind of outdated because that was when I was having the gravel generally slope up here. Now, there's not going to be anything that's amphibious that will have trouble getting onto the land section. Like I'm going to have some frogs, but they won't have any trouble climbing up onto this little rock wall section. I'm building kind of a dam with plywood, but it will all be waterproofed. This terrarium is mostly built out of plywood, so this is the top view. This is the front view. So plywood sides, then with 1x2s to cut out the frame. This kind of window area is where the water will be, or the soil here, and this is going to be a sliding acrylic door. I've already got the acrylic for here, came with the house, but this I will be purchasing. I'll be having to clean this really good, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, a lot of creatures going into this, but this is a pretty simple one. View, we've got another view that should be a little bit more helpful. There will be a kind of hill section up here that will kind of go up to there. And that will allow for all kinds of ranges of basking temperatures because the heat lamp and the UVB is going to be 2 4-foot fixtures, so that won't be a problem. But the heat will be here and will disperse throughout the tank. But this is kind of how I'm doing the rock background is the idea. I'm going for a slate shale kind of background. So this will be cut foam insulation board, and for some odd reason it didn't come out on the scan. So I think I'm going to do a spray foam background, probably a lot of spray foam, then dry lock over that with different colors. Or actually not dry lock over that. Over this, I'm going to silicone and put soil on the background. But these shelves Um, I'm still debating between the dry lock and method over everything, or I might just do dry lock method over foam background, or doing the silicone and soil. I've heard the soil method may not be as uh, good, but I've also kind of want plants growing off the back there. And I guess I could make little pots off the side. So I might do that. So probably foam insulation board in the background. And then some of it will be carved out. That's what this represents. So it will be an inch thick insulation foam. Uh, So these are little strips cut that will represent the shale that I'll carve away, but this kind of gives you plenty of ledge spots for different lizards and things to crawl in, and then these indents will be little cover areas. Any aquatic creatures can and semi-aquatic uh, can get on this ledge. This ledge reaches out of the water. I'm really excited about this project. This picture doesn't do it justice for what it will look like. Um, so I've got this giant spreadsheet. We're going to talk about the different animals that will be in here. So I've got it into 5 different phases. So this is going to be pretty boring stuff, just materials, cost, so forth. Sheeting, this is basically the terrarium. Then hardscape, so dry lock, I've got quickcrete, colors, silicone, and then just a wood varnish. Um, I'm taking great care to make sure everything is pet safe, all water based. This is a little outdated because now I'm thinking that the foam insulation background, like the sheets, is going to be better than the great stuff. So I've got these. I can show you here these Sunblaze filters, really cheap on eBay. Don't buy them because I'm going to. Um, I don't know how reputable it is, but I'm going to give it a try. I'll probably buy one for the Tiamat rebuild and see if it works for that. And then using some ZoomEd 10 UVBs. These don't have a reflector, so I am not going to be using the 5s, which I would use for typical what creatures will be going in there, which we'll talk in a minute. But the 10 without the reflector will basically be the same as a 5, and I will have a screen mesh protecting anything. Got a deep heat projector from Fluker with the dome, 800 liters per hour pump. Of course, I'll be testing all this before I actually put animals in there because I don't want to pose any danger to the animals. So while the plants and other things are kind of growing in, I'll be able to see how it works. Got a misting system on Amazon, some hydrometers from Walmart. So we'll be sticking these in the enclosure. And then some soffit vents from Lowe's, real cheap vents that are made to keep mosquitoes out, so should work to keep fruit flies or any other insects from escaping. My soil mixture is going to be topsoil, peat moss, and wood mulch, all kind of blended together. That's kind of similar to the area that I'm trying to emulate. And now that we're at the plants, I can kind of talk about what area I'm going to be creating. I think this might be one of the largest, if not the largest, temperate forest vivariums on YouTube. So I live in the great old state of Alabama, and I want to do this as kind of a tribute to the native wildlife of Alabama. So I've got all these different plants, all natives of Alabama. I do have something that's a native of Florida, not of Alabama, with the ghost shrimp, but they're close enough. So this is my Southeast United States terrarium, is the way I'm calling it. So got rattlesnake orchids, really, really pretty, um, low-lying vegetation. Um, then some walking ferns. Those will be all on the uh, these. This is not what I was looking for. I don't think. Hold on. Uh, it's a definitely. Well, let's just real quick make sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently there's different kinds of walking ferns, so I'll have to make sure that I'm actually getting the right walking fern. Um, Tillandsia recurvata, fun little air plant that is native to South Alabama. Um, so that will be going on the walls. These walking ferns will be on the walls. Spanish moss will be on some tree branches. Most people know what Spanish moss looks like, but um, out the but lots of different moss. Jack in the pulpit is a really great native species. Um, I love them. They're one of my favorite plants. I've never grown them, but I just love the way they look. Very excited to get some of those. An American lotus, Etsy, and it's being difficult, of course. Um, so getting some tubers from there. Just getting one because I feel like it's going to take over a little bit, but very excited for that plant. So white water lily. That's actually not an American lotus, but getting a bunch of hornwort as well. Also, well, you know, if you know terrariums, you probably know what hornwort looks like, or aquatic plants. I tried to get these links so I could buy them quickly, but duckweed, it seems like some of them sold out. Duckweed's going to be really great. Some fish will eat it for sure. And then some Christmas moss to go both in the water and on land as well. Um, so those are the plants. Note, we're at about $858.94 for the project currently. I had a list of different other large terrarium brands that I wouldn't have to buy. It's so much cheaper because just a reminder, this is where you get it's $356 for the actual terrarium itself, and then everything else after that is what is just bonus. And so the whole project's coming at under $1,100 right now. So pill bugs, I'm just going to catch them in millipedes and earthworms. Getting some Daphnia as food for some of the smaller fish. They also eat algae, so should be helpful there. Some bluefin killifish, another great native, beautiful species. Um, hoping to breed some of those. And then ghost shrimp, just regular from PetSmart. Uh, catching grasshoppers and crickets from the wild. Don't worry, I will quarantine them to make sure that pesticides is not affecting them. Rainbow darters from Zimmerman Fish. He does a whole lot of native fish species. Um, and while I'm here, I'll show you the other species. So rainbow darters, getting. Did I have 2 or 6 on here? I have 2 currently. Sorry, my dog is barking. But I'm probably going to get 6. Um, we'll see. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can ask for a male and 5 females, but uh, then Ozark long ear sunfish, getting 6 of these, $10 a fish. May seem like a lot. It did to me. In aquarium trade, this is actually really cheap. I'm not an aquarium person. I love these fish. I'm so excited for them. And the aquatic section is going to be about 100 gallons. I believe he says keeping 6 or more in a 55-gallon, and this is going to be a heavily planted tank, so should not be a problem. So long-eared sunfish, 6 of those, some southern leopard frogs, um, uh, some southern toads, some ground skinks, 5-line skinks, and green anoles. Now I've got all of these as from underground reptiles. I know it's pretty. Well, for one, a lot of the animals are wild caught, and for two, I know that I've heard some bad things about them. I don't know. Um, Anything that I'm going to be getting for this tank, for the most part, is going to be wild caught. There's just no way around it. Um, so, southern leopard frogs, I'll show off the species. I was a little hesitant to get into the controversy of me buying from underground reptiles. Um, if y'all have enough, and this is also the way I can make it affordable. Like these are $7 animals, and then some ground skinks, uh, 5-line skinks. But I'm also confused about this one because they say that they're from Western Asia, and Plesiodon fasciatus is from the Southeast United States. I sent them an email, but they did not respond to me. So if Underground Reptiles, you're listening to this, please respond to my email. I'd love to buy these animals, but I need to know that they're going to fit in with my tank. And then green anoles. These are going to be the stars of the land section. Getting 5 of these, I really want to breed them. I love these lizards. They look very much like chameleons that live in my area. In fact, I have one that lives right outside my door. If you have breeders for these animals or you have them available, let me know. Also, this is kind of for any company that sees this, however unlikely that is. This is an expensive project. I will be recording the building and construction of everything. If you want to sponsor me at all and provide or help out with any kind of projects, any kind of material that I might need, please let me know. I would be happy to rep your brand if I think it's a good product. And if you help me along with this project, I will do my best to get your product advertised as much as I can. Small platform, but we'll probably do some other episodes covering this project because I'm very excited about it. There's just not much I can do about it right now until I get more space. Yeah, let me know if you are a breeder or you know a breeder who could give me these species for not too much more. Because captive bred animals get a lot more expensive, and personally, since these are all native species, they're not going to be terrible getting smuggled from Africa or from Asia or even South America. These are all found nearby, so theoretically not terrible handling conditions. I've definitely wrestled with this. Currently, I am going to go with this unless I get a better option. But let me know if y'all have any other suggestions. That's going to be it for this episode. Please like and subscribe. Comment for sure, because I definitely want as much input from other reptile keepers as possible. This is kind of me getting back into keeping native species. I used to have them as a kid, but I didn't give them the proper care. So this is also kind of a bit of a atonement to give some of these species people keep in really tiny enclosures, and this is going to be an amazing enclosure for these animals. I'm very excited. I kind of built a heat map. It's a little outdated. I don't have the guide, but basically yellow is where the animals are going to want to be basking. Not much going on there, but and blue is 70 degrees, so basically room temperature. Um, that's all I've got for this episode, though. Again, like and subscribe, comment, give me all kinds of suggestions, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys, and bye.